Right.
You hit it there, that's why.
Hello? I don't know, are we live? I think we're live. Hello? Oh my gosh.
Is this...
Are we on?
It doesn't say live there. Let us know if you can see us.
I feel like the classic, are we live?
Let's hit that one. Just hit everything that says go live.
Because YouTube's changed everything.
Are we going?
Hello?
Can anyone see us?
Are we here? We should be live. Hello!
Hey!
Yay, we're live!
Hey!
Hi everyone!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I promise we were actually early.
That was
And then
stressful.
YouTube have changed all of the settings from last time we streamed. So we had to just quickly set up a whole new software, download everything. But hello everyone, hi!
Got
Thank
there
you all
in the
for
end.
joining.
Right, let's do some hellos.
How are we doing?
So, hello.
Can you put that screen up there?
Oh, I don't know. I can try. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Doesn't it?
One sec everyone.
Hang on.
Bear with us. It's about time.
You make this really big.
I just meant the whole OBS. But yeah, that makes more sense. Put it there.
Let's just do this.
Give
Hang
us a
on.
sec, everyone. The most professional live you've probably ever been to.
Okay, that, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, do you want to do some hellos?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome in Naughty Squirrel, Linda T, Gareth Waite, Steve Cooney, Tina C, Cruising Kisma, Making New Memories, Cruising Ubeek. Sorry if I'm butchering any of these names. Never Too Late, Narrowboat Aiken, Tangs, Blubber, hello.
Hi, Blub.
Joe Beckhelling.
By the way, let us know as well if the music is too loud.
We have no idea.
Because we've done a whole new fancy setting, so we don't know if it's okay or not.
Do you want to blast through some names?
Keely, CJ, Tina, Jane, Braith, Paul, Gareth, Bayman, Trekking Adventures, hey both of you, Daniel, Lorraine, and sorry if we miss anyone else, but how is everyone doing? It's a lovely day, isn't it? Are we up to date?
It's been busy.
Yeah, let me get a drink.
We had Crick recently, and I feel like we haven't yet had a break since then.
No,
really.
Yeah. Hi, Tom. It's been so busy. It feels like we haven't stopped.
Hello, Janice.
But it's been a good busy because it's been spending loads of time with lovely people and boat friends, and it's been really good.
Yeah, meeting lots of new lovely people. It's been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. But how are we all doing?
Can't hear any music.
Oh.
We turned it really far down. Perhaps we've turned it too far down.
No, it's not coming out of there.
Oh.
That's all right. Maybe music's too fancy for us today. Maybe we're because I promise. Yeah, like we said, we was like, oh, because we're always late to stuff, and we was like, oh, we've got half an hour. We're gonna be so on time. Everything's gonna be fine. And then we turned on the computer, and it was like YouTube has updated its streaming software, and it was like, oh great. So we had to download loads of things and everything. So yeah, it's all good, but that's all right with the music.
Yeah, we've got it sort of coming out the TV, and we don't want it to be too loud either. So I've turned it up a bit. If at any point it's really annoying or you can hear it, just let us know.
Hi Sue, welcome in. Narrowboat Mallard, welcome.
Also, if you have been to one of our lives, you know we're not very good at sort of keeping up with things all the time. So if we do miss a question or a comment, feel free to post it again, and we'll try and catch it the second or third time round.
This is only our 4th ever live, so bear with us.
The 4th ever one.
4th ever live, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for joining. We're just basically celebrating that we've been living on the boat for a whole year. Mm-hmm. So we thought we'd do a live and chat to everyone and maybe talk about our favourite moments and also answer any questions that you've all got. So we've been on the boat exactly a year on the 7th.
So it's a year and a week.
A year and a week.
53 weeks.
Yeah, the 7th of June was when we bought it. But then we started living full time probably the end of June, wasn't it?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah,
Middle
like
to end of June.
First week of July, I think we moved on full time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really crazy though. Like, it feels like the last year's gone so quickly, and yet it also feels like we've been on the boat forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that's just, I don't know. I think just how many new experiences you have on a boat just makes it feel like you've been
It's
on
such
it
a long
forever,
time,
doesn't it?
yeah. Oh, no way! Barbara is from Loch Earn, and Cruising Kismet is also in Loch Earn. That's crazy!
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
Gareth's eating chips from the chip shop. I'm
Nice.
pretty jealous of that.
We haven't
Good
got any.
shout.
Actually, no, we do have chips tonight.
Yeah,
I was
we do.
going to say we're not having chips tonight. Are we that predictable?
They're only oven chips, so what we thought we'd do is just kind of give ourselves a nice easy dinner, because we're never quite prepared enough to eat dinner before we do a live.
Yes, yeah.
And because we don't mind eating really late, we just thought we'll just have it up. We won't even try.
We had some crisps earlier.
Yeah.
Little old me, hello. We'll try and answer some questions as well. So I saw. Thank you everyone for the congratulations as well. I saw somebody ask, because we've been on the boat a year now, what would we have done differently at the start? I think for me, my biggest thing that's been more prominent recently is I think I would have gotten a semi-trad.
Do you
I
reckon?
think, yeah, or maybe like, I think they're called semi-cruisers, that Never Too Late have got. Where, because basically we wanted a cruiser, so there's loads of room and for Rufus and stuff like that, but I just like the seats on the semi-trad, because sometimes I'm like, there's nowhere for me to sit and we need a little bench and all sorts. So yeah, I think that would be my biggest thing. But everything else, I think,
Yeah, because I would say get the better batteries earlier, but I think I wouldn't change the way that we did it, because it was such a valuable experience to kind of wrestle with not having enough power for so long, that I feel like we learned so much more and appreciate it so much more now that we have had it done. And I think we knew exactly what we wanted by the time we got it.
yeah.
So I don't think I would change that. I don't think there's much I would change, to be honest. I'm
It's quite good.
pretty happy with it.
Oh, that's good. Champagne, hello. Thank you. Look after yourself. Sending you lots of love. That's really sweet. Thank you. South Africa, Cindy. Wow. Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
What other questions have we got? Whose idea was it to move onto the boat? From John. That's a good question. I think it was... So I'd say it was probably mainly Amy, but for ages we've kind of wanted to... Apologies for anyone who has already heard the story before. For ages we wanted to travel, and before COVID we were planning on getting a van, doing it up, travelling around Europe. Brexit threw a few spanners in the works, and so we decided to kind of look a little bit closer to home and what we could do in terms of like living and working while travelling around. And then that's kind of basically how I stumbled across Narrowboats, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
you sort of, I think, introduced it to me, and I've had a holiday on them years ago as a kid and thought, yeah, that seems pretty cool. And then we got suckered into different
The YouTube, yeah.
channels.
Like
Caught the
most
bug.
people, caught the bug on the YouTube.
And then it went pretty quickly from there, didn't
Yeah.
it?
Because we weren't meant to be living on the boat for maybe like 2-3 more years. But then when the pandemic happened and Wes started working from home, he basically just said, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm going to be working from my boat. So, and they accepted that. So that's when we did it earlier. So it was really good. Hi, Spoolbox and Nina. Welcome in. Gareth, hi. Sorry if we miss anyone as well. And any questions, like we said, just pop them in there again.
John asked, who's that? No, not that one. Just read that one. Richard asked, how's the new trolley? It must be loads better for
Oh my
Wes."
God. Thank you, Wayne and Amanda. Thank you so much from Narrowboat Acorn.
So you'll see it in upcoming videos, but we were given a lovely gift from
Yes.
the lovely Narrowboat Acorn, and it's like a really cool little collapsible trolley where the wheels fold in, so it fits in our cupboard really well. And it comes with like a bag attachment, so we could put the majority of our heavy stuff at the shopping in. And we did our first shop with it the other day, and it was so nice.
Yeah, it was like a dream wheeling it up the hill, and we were so fascinated by it because it's got like 3 little wheels,
On
so
each
you
side.
can go up like curbs and stuff, and was like, watch this, like pulling it up the curbs and stuff. So yeah, very excited.
We were like, oh no, a curb. However, will we overcome it? And then, whoa, it was a real novelty.
It was great. I guess you should do the announcement of your new job.
Oh yeah, so for anyone who didn't know, I started a new job recently. Well, yesterday.
Hi, Sean.
And that's really exciting because I've been at the old company for about 7 years. And I've only just started it, and it's basically my second sort of grown-up job since leaving university. But it's going really well. I'm absolutely knackered from just being bombarded with like new information, but everyone's super lovely and welcoming, so it's been good. I liked it.
And they all know about the boat, and some of them
Yes.
watched some of the videos, haven't they? Which is really sweet.
Yeah, it's really nice though.
Yeah. Where's Rufus? Rufus is...
He's down here.
Yeah, can you see him?
He's just dozing off on my leg.
There he is.
He's all took it out because we took him for a little run up and down the towpath before this.
Tangs asked, where are you now and what are your short-term plans for the next few weeks? So we have just finished Crick and we have headed towards Market Harbour, and we're just kind of pinging around Market Harbour, Foxton area, Yelvertoft maybe. Just kind of pinging around there until the next festival. And then... Oh, there's a boat going past. And then we are heading down towards Oxford. So I think that's until the 15th. Oh no, we're getting our boat
Yeah, I
black.
was
So I was
gonna
going to say, I keep forgetting.
Start of July, we're having it out the water, and we're going to do the blacking ourselves.
So stay tuned for that.
But also, we won't spoil too much, but we've kind of messed up the booking.
No, it's all right. It's fine.
It should be fine.
Yeah.
If the weather's fine, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
If the weather's not fine...
More on
well,
that to
we'll-
come soon.
We'll go from there.
Hi, Bagels. We love you. Hello. How are you doing?
Kevin asked, was I a bit of a skater? I always wanted to be a skater, but my physical coordination on things like that is just absolutely atrocious. So a lot of my friends were skaters and they're really good at it, but I could just never do it, and I was always really jealous of them. So unfortunately, no, but I still enjoy
Wes was in a band, though.
skating culture.
He was in a band.
It was only like a teeny tiny little... It's the kind of band that you have when you're a teenager.
Hi, Roger from New Zealand. Wow, thank you for popping over. That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Hello. David, I'm not sure what the trolley is called.
Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe a Narrowboat Acorn can help with that, but it's just kind of like a standard trolley that you wheel, but it's like got fold up wheels instead of like
So
the
it's got,
ones
like,
that stay.
The flappy bit that you put stuff on, when you flap that up, the wheels fold in, so it goes to about this small.
I would get it out, but it would clang around a lot. Trek and Adventures said, well done on Foxton. Saw your vlog and you both did brilliant. Did you enjoy it? Thank you for watching the vlog.
It was actually, it was surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
Because there's so many lockies on and they're really helpful. So it's really not scary at all. Like, basically as a driver, all I did was wait until the doors open and then go forwards a bit.
Yeah, I did all the work.
Yeah, as usual. But yeah, it was actually really nice. Like, it was very, very chilled, and then there were a lot of people watching, but they, like, a lot of the time they're just really interested, and they'll help you with the lock gates and things like that. So yeah, it's really nice. There's no sort of real pressure with it.
Yeah.
Which is really good. Like, I feel like Grinley Brook on the Llangollen was actually scarier because the lockies weren't always on, and because there was just a big cafe where people weren't, where they weren't kind of up and about trying to help you. They were literally just eating and staring at you.
Staring, yeah.
There's a lot of scarier.
Yeah. As far as lock flights go, though, it was one of my favourites, I think. It was quite easy, very pleasant to do.
An enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
It does take a while to go through, though.
Kismet asked, what's it like working together on the boat?
Is that... So, you don't sort of have like a 9 to 5 on the boat.
No.
So that's quite convenient. So Amy mainly streams in the evenings, which means that when I'm at work, Amy isn't, and when Amy's kind of working on Twitch, I'm not. Which is convenient because then we don't have to deal with sort of like background noise and stuff like that. And because we've got no interior doors, and because we're only 50 foot, that would be a bit of a problem if sort of both of us were talking quite loud throughout the day.
We were considering getting a second desk and like maybe like a pull-out desk or something, but I don't think we need it because the other whoever's on the desk can just use the proper desk, and then the other one can use like a lap tray, or we've got one of those laptop trays and stuff, so it works out quite well. But yeah, we get along. It's just when Wes is in meetings, particularly with his new job, because in the old one everyone was just like knew I was there, whereas this one I'm like creeping around trying to make a cup of tea really quietly.
So Braith Cakes said, how many boats did you look at before you chose Gregory's girl? So we didn't actually view that many. We looked at a lot online, but we bought this boat kind of as the boom and narrowboat sales kind of started to pick up. So they were going so fast, which meant that we'd book like 10 viewings on a day, and we'd jump in the car and drive around them all. But I'd say like 9 of them would be cancelled by the time the day actually came round because they were all sold. So I think we only saw 2 or 3.
3? No, it was definitely more than. I think it was about 4.
Because there was some that were just like completely just like a rusted tin can.
Yeah, because we was like maybe we can do a project boat, and then we was like no, we definitely can't do a project boat.
Anyone familiar with our skill set knows that would be a stretch.
Far too.
And then just to try and get a better feel for how different boats felt, we did look at some that were quite far over our budget as well, so sort of like 60,000 and up, just to try and get a bit more of an idea as to what the different boats had. And then we only stumbled across this boat because we were trying to view another boat, and then every time we went to like a marina, we asked them, are there any other places nearby that also sell boats? And they referred us to another place that didn't have any, but they referred us to another place. And we went there. They said, we've just had one in this morning. There's one other person who's going to view it, but if they don't want it, you can have a look at it. So it hadn't even been listed. They hadn't even taken
it wasn't
any
on the
photos,
website,
nothing.
nothing.
For the website. It was literally that morning, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go with you and sell it. And by that afternoon, we'd put a deposit down.
Yeah, because luckily, the guy who viewed it didn't want it because it was too short for him. He wanted a longer boat. And when we walked on, because there was the other ones, even the ones that were above our budget, we walked on and they just didn't feel right, did they? Like, it's really hard to explain. It's kind of like when if you like buy or rent a house or something, when you step on, you just kind of have a feeling and you're like, this is right. And we didn't get that about any of the others. And then it was as soon as we got onto Gregory's girl, we was like, oh, this feels right. We can do this and we can do that and we can do that. And we were kind of a little bit reluctant, weren't we? Because we was like, what if we're jumping into it too quickly? And like, maybe we should view some more boats. Like, is viewing only 4 boats enough? But we was like, no, it just feels right. So yeah, we put the deposit down.
Yeah.
And no, Sir Teabag, welcome in. And we haven't. We probably should watch the movie. Everyone keeps telling us to watch the movie. It's about football. So we might have to give it a watch for sure.
Yeah, even then, like, everyone says that it's sort of a classic and it's not kind of like too heavy on, like, if you don't like football, you can still enjoy it. So
yeah,
we do need to give it a watch.
But yeah, somebody also asked earlier if we're planning on renaming the boat. And we are planning on renaming the boat. Maybe we won't say what it is yet.
Yeah, we've got like a little plan around that.
Yeah.
But we don't know when we'll do it yet because you are supposed to have it out of the water, but also we kind of want to repaint it and then get sort of like a new sign painted on it as well. So it's going to take a little bit of planning. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there'll be more to come at some point, but no idea when.
I've got the trolley information from the lovely Wayne. It's are you ready?
Here we go. Get your pen ready.
An EAQ folding hand truck stair climber. See if you can Google that and it should come up. But yeah, it's a really good trolley. Would recommend so far.
Yeah.
Do you want to just shut that blind?
It's quite blind.
Yeah, it's shining off your head. Did you ever consider drinking water quality and putting in a filter? John D asked. We've already got one of the filters that filters it from your water tank. That's like just a drinking water filter. 10 out of 10 professional stream. Yeah, that's all right.
We'll go with that.
And yeah, what was I saying?
About the water filter.
Oh yeah. So we have one of those, and I have seen, and we were talking to somebody at Crick about the water filter, like thing that sucks up the water from the canal and like drains it and like filters it and stuff, and you can have basically unlimited water. And that sounds really cool, and it is something that we've like maybe thought, oh, how good would that be? But then like things like earlier, literally we was cruising to this spot, and there was like a dead badger just floating past, and was like, oh, I don't know.
Like it was fairly decayed.
Yeah. So
like,
things like that, yeah. I don't know.
Phil said that's brave doing the blacking yourselves after seeing your DIY skills. I have no idea what you mean.
What do you mean? We're excellent.
We'll be blacking the boat with like a toothbrush.
Yeah. Sean asked, happy 1 year. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
What has been the best and worst thing about living on a narrowboat?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think the best thing for me is when you find like a really good spot that's normally in the middle of nowhere, that's got just like the most amazing views. You got good internet, you got good solar, and everything just kind of aligns.
Yeah.
Like that's such an amazing feeling. Or like when you wake up in the morning and you kind of remember that you're in like such an idyllic spot. Like that's really good. The other thing is the community, because it's something I never anticipated. Like we did this for many reasons, but we didn't really anticipate like quite how lovely the boating community is, because I'd say like 99% of boaters will say hello to you. If you look like you're struggling, they'll offer you help. Even just small things as like grabbing your lines to help you moor up, or like if you're in the engine bay, they'll offer you tools, all the rest of it. And you just meet so many different kinds of people that you would never talk to just as like a bypasser. So I think that's definitely the best things. Worst for me, I think, is when if you feel a little bit threatened, and it does happen occasionally, it's definitely not very common. But when it does happen, just the fact that you're in your little house with everything that you own and love in one spot, and you're basically in a channel and you can go forwards or backwards very slowly, that can be quite intimidating. Yeah. Because there's no sort of like escape from that. So it just makes you feel very vulnerable, and like I said, like it's super rare, but it can make you feel like quite uncomfortable.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. I think one of the positives for me, just adding on, was like just how satisfying little things are. Like there's nothing more satisfying than like a nice spot, and you just like really appreciate it way more. Which is really good.
If you could change the colour of your boat, what would it be? That's Bradley. That's also one that we've kind of toyed with for a while. I don't think we've really settled on it yet, because I think we want to get a bit more sure of what we want with the name, and like when we're going to get it changed and all that stuff.
We need to design a logo and all that stuff, like for the boat.
Recently I've kind of like, I quite like some of the kind of cream boats. I think cream with like a black logo can be quite striking. Or I have to say, is it One More Day Aboard? They've got a really, really beautiful like sky blue boat, and it just looks so like fresh and
it's
like,
really nice.
New.
And it's never too late. It's got a lovely like mint kind of green colour. We love your guys' boats.
Yeah.
But I think any of the pastel colours, and I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So I think if we did, it would be something either cream or pastel maybe. But yeah. Kisma said, what platform do you stream on and what's your name? So I stream. It's nothing to do with narrowboats. It's gaming, and it's not kind of
Family friendly.
It's not family friendly. Not that I'm like swearing all over the shop, but I might swear sometimes. But if you're interested in games, like I said, nothing to do with narrowboating. But I stream on Twitch, and my handle is aimskadoodle. If you're here from stream, I love you. Thank you.
Stephen asked, hi from East Lothian. I probably said that wrong. Scotland.
Oh, hi.
See all the vlogs from the start. Thank you very much. What does Wes actually do for a job when working? It's a
granny trolley. Yes. Nothing wrong with a good granny trolley.
So I work in the game industry. Previously, I was a lead level designer at like a big AAA company, and I have since moved to a lovely small company, still working in design and game development. So essentially, my role is to try and make the game fun.
Maybe describe like how you did with the track.
Yeah, so for anyone that isn't familiar with what a designer in the game industry does, the analogy that I sort of roughly use to give you an idea is that if you think about like a racing game, like a driving game, an artist would be the one that would build all the trees and like build the cars and all the rest of it. The programmer would be the one that kind of makes the cars sort of go when you hit the pedal. And the designer is the one that would sort of lay out the track, decide where the corners are, decide how fast the cars go, how they handle in the corners, that sort of thing. So that's basically what I do. So we've got one. Hi guys, really enjoying your videos and following your route on my boat. Thanks for the help with the facilities at Loughborough.
Oh, hi!
Sorry, we've got a ring light in the way. It really helped. Oh, hello. Nice to see you again.
I didn't know you also made videos. We'll check you out after Boat and Adventure. Hello.
Loughborough Basin.
Yeah, we really liked
nice
Loughborough
spot.
Basin, didn't we?
Yeah, that was really nice because you felt very central to a town, but it also felt kind of quite nicely sort of segmented off and quite safe.
Just going to say hello to a few more people. Hello, Lee. Hello, Amita. Corey, welcome in. Dawn, hello, welcome in. Hello from America. Just found your channel. Thank you so much. That's so lovely, Dawn. Welcome. And then somebody said, Coral, are you ever planning to get that horn of yours fixed? Because that air horn is close to death. The air horn is pretty much already dead.
It's got cracks in it now, so...
Jan and Tony, if you're watching, don't shout at us, but we don't currently have a horn.
But to operate the air horn now, you kind of have to have like one finger over a crack in the plastic here, and then like one down here, and then you have to have greased it recently. You only get about like 1 or 2 toots out of each greasing, and then you kind of have to go like that and try not to make the end fall off. We need a new one. We were hoping to find like just like a little compressed air one because they're a bit more reliable just in the meantime.
Yeah.
But it isn't our fault. It's a problem with the wiring, and it's quite a big job because they have to replace the switchboard completely. So it is on the list. But yeah, as it stands, it is still broken.
Yes, yeah. It's we definitely want to get that done, but we're saving some pennies, aren't we? Because the electrician and the lithium setup was it's expensive.
T-Bones, I think, says, just love watching you two get on in such a positive manner. I'm a granny and just love you too.
Oh, thank you.
So much. We're definitely a kind of just jump in at the deep end kind of people and freak out while jumping in at the deep end, but normally ends up alright.
Yeah. Mitchell, welcome in. Gary, hi, welcome in as well. How many miles have you covered in your first year? We actually have a video because we've done it by 2021 and 2022. So we made a video. It's on our channel called A Year on a Boat.
A Year in Review.
A Year in Review. Which is basically everything that we did in 2021, how many locks we went through, all of the miles that we did, the route that we did, favourite moments, how many portions of chips we ate, all of that kind of thing.
All the important stats.
So that's on that video. And our plans for the second year are, we went to Crick, which was amazing. We loved that. And then we are kind of, like we said, hanging around Market Harbour. We've got another festival soon, which we're super excited for. It's a vegan festival. Getting the boat blacked and then heading down to Oxford. And we're hoping to spend winter in like more south this year, because we did kind of like Midlands north. And yeah, we're going to hopefully go south.
Yeah. And I
Thank you,
think
Tom.
we probably won't have that much time to spend on the Thames, but I think what we'll try and do is just kind of like dip our toe a little bit, because the River Soar was lovely, but we are still a bit scared of the sort of big rivers.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe just build up a bit of confidence on them.
Ian asked what we've had for tea.
We haven't had anything yet, but after this we are going to have just some good old oven chips and burgers. We do eat.
I went out with some friends today and had a cheeseburger today as well. So I'm having burger for lunch and dinner.
It always makes us look really bad though, because generally speaking, because we work during the week, we don't
have to make a disclaimer
during the week, which means that on the weekend, when we've either just done a shop or if we're treating ourselves a bit because we're near a town or something, that's when we get chips and we eat really badly. And this week, we're doing it just because we're a bit rushed and I'm starting the new job, so we've just made a meal plan with just very easy, throw it in the oven and forget about it kind of dinners. But every time we talk about it and people ask us, it just happens to be one of those days.
Yeah.
It always just seems like we eat complete junk all the time, but I promise we do eat some vegetables sometimes.
Yeah. We do. Tangs, I hope you have a wonderful trip. That sounds lovely. Enjoy.
Cruising Ubik said, have you repainted your bedroom yet? No. It's fallen
We
way
need
down
to.
the list.
We need to.
Yeah, I know. We really should have done. But I think we were quite glad that it hasn't really flaked off.
Yeah.
And so we were like, don't need to do it for a bit now, because it's mainly still on the ceiling.
We basically wanted to get one coat of white all over the shop, so it kind of brightened it up, and then we'll go in and do like the better details and a second coat and all of that kind of stuff eventually. But for now we're like, it's good enough, it'll do. Hi Lottie and Pinky the cat, that's so cute. Welcome in.
Watching from Leicester as well.
Oh,
nice.
hi.
Yeah, we did. We have to say, like, we really
yeah.
did love going through Leicester. Like, it's the first time that we've gone right through the middle of a city centre, and it was just amazing to just feel like there were just like giant buildings either side.
Yeah, it was cool.
And again, like Castle Gardens was absolutely beautiful. Exploring High Cross, that sort of thing. Although it sort of shook us up when it happened. Yeah, it didn't detract from the lovely memories that we did have visiting Leicester.
Yeah, I agree.
Dawn says, hello from America, I'm a new viewer, just found your channel and love your enthusiasm and zest for life. Thank you so much, Dawn, that's really sweet of you.
Oh, Corey. Christian and I's Welsh class got cancelled this evening, so we were like, yay, we can watch Boat Time. Thank you for coming, that's really lovely.
So
hello.
Phil from Cheddington Adventures said, any inspiration to change anything after visiting Crick?
Ooh, good question, Phil.
I think the water filter one was one that we were like, I think we were a little bit swayed by the smooth pitch, but we're still probably, at least not anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think Crick was possibly also where we started sort of thinking like, oh, should we have got a semi-trad? But that doesn't really matter because we're more than happy with our boat, and that's not really something you can change. I don't know. Other than that, a small thing. I did see a lot of boats with the under gunnel lighting.
Oh yeah,
just
yeah.
like a soft glow, and I did really like that.
Also, there was on one of the Swan boat builders' boats. They have like cupboards built into the gunnels, which were really really nice. We said maybe in the bedroom that could work.
Yeah, just a better use of space.
Yeah, but nothing major.
How about rose gold like your hair? Oh, for the boat colour. That's not a bad shout, actually. And Bagel said pastel pink.
There is a pink boat, Yarrow the Narrow. I love her.
Oh,
She's got a bright pink boat and it's amazing.
That's really nice.
Luna Betty, hello. We bought a compressed air one. Can't even figure out how to put it together. Oh yeah, they do look good. We want one of those for sure. Yeah, we've just been shouting, hello! Our horn's broken!
Beep!
Beep! But usually I'll go to the front and double check if it's like, and we'll just go really slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is on the plan to fix. Welcome in, Roger from Florida. Hello. And Starcraft. Hi. Yes, that's true. It was lovely to meet you as well. We don't only eat chips, we eat sweets as well. Sweets and lollipops and bourbons.
Coral said, I'm watching the stream while doing some nightly chores. How do chores differ on the boat compared to on land? One observation that we made that's quite interesting is that the boat, we feel, gets messier quicker. Because it's a smaller space, it doesn't take much for it to look messy. But no matter how messy it gets, you can normally tidy the place in about an hour tops.
Yeah.
And it looks sort of reasonably presentable again. Whereas when we used to rent a house, we'd be tidying for like 3 hours and you'd get like through maybe 2 rooms.
Yeah, because we had so much room, we had so much stuff that we didn't need, and we were just like, oh, we'll get rid of it eventually or something like that, and we just never did. So we did, like, our entire dining room, wasn't it, was pretty much, we had a sofa and then just piles of stuff all the time for like the whole year that we lived in it. So yeah, it's definitely, the chores are easier, and then like the things like the toilets and stuff aren't as bad as you'd think. I mean, I don't do them, so I can't say, but Wes does them. But I feel like they're just not as monotonous.
Yeah.
They're not as repetitive, like.
You get a bigger sense of accomplishment as well, I feel, from them.
Yeah.
Because I guess, like, using the toilet and having water is so essential that when you've filled or emptied them, you're just like, oh, okay, we're set now, we're good. And that's kind of nice. Because,
like, in the house, like, just things like, I would absolutely hate cutting the grass. It's one of the jobs that I just couldn't stand. Even taking the bins out, I don't know why, it was just like, oh, gotta take the bins out.
You just have to wheel a bin from, like, there to there.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest chore in the world.
Whereas, like, I don't know, sometimes we're like, ooh, look at this Elson point. This one's interesting. Or, ooh, this is a cool water point. Or something like that. Jane, welcome in. Hello. Do you get many insects on the boat?
I don't think that you get more than in a house. I think you're more aware of sort of what appears in what season. So, like, spiders are a little bit more common in the spring, it seems. And then you sort of get, like, slimy ones in the autumn.
The main thing that we've found is moths.
Yeah. Because
we leave the hatch open all the time. And, Tom, if you're back around, can you just do Polly, please? But yeah, we like leave the hatch open way too late, and they always fly in, and then they seem to stay for like weeks. So other than that, moths are the main ones, aren't they? But they don't really bother us, to be honest.
Yeah. Gary asked, what's your favourite part of the canal so far, and is there a part of the network you'd really like to see? So as far as favourite parts, the Langothen's got to be pretty hard to beat. That was just so nice. Like, it was really busy, but it's just such a stunning environment. And also the river saw that we've done recently was just absolutely beautiful. Like, it was a really nice sort of start into our quest to conquer rivers.
Yeah.
So I think they're definitely up there on my list. I don't really know. As far as places I'd want to visit, I think I'm quite keen to look at the K&A just because you hear quite a lot about it. And the Oxford Canal down towards the Thames does sound really good, so I'm really excited to do that as well.
And we basically just want to do the whole network, don't we? Like, Minimalist were like big inspiration for us of like just doing every bit of it. We would love to do that. So pretty much I've seen like Little Old Me said, do you plan to cruise on West Yorkshire? Sue said, are you planning on visiting the Lancaster Canal, crossing the Ribble Link? Pretty much yes, everywhere we want to go. The only ones that Wes is a little bit scared of, like, I really want to do the Wash. I would love to do the Wash. And it's definitely on the list, but Wes might need a little bit more convincing. But pretty much anywhere on the network we would love to do that. Where we can get the boat, we want to get the boat, I think.
We've decided that maybe we'll do the Wash towards the end of our boating escapade, so that if it all goes wrong, then it's not quite so bad.
It's still bad, but not quite so bad. But our bow is like, it's not like a big proper one, is it? It's like quite a shallow bow. Yeah. And obviously we'd have to move Dupes out of the way because he would be right in the splash zone. But yeah, pretty much everywhere we want to do.
Lorraine asks, what's the best and worst job on the Narrowboat? Ooh, that's quite a tough one. I think one of the worst ones for me, I think, is actually filling it with water. The actual filling up isn't so bad, but that's the one where you have to move the whole boat to do it.
Yeah.
And that could just be really inconvenient. So it's not so bad with like a cassette because you can just wheel it however far you need to get to an Elson point. But the water one, you have to move your whole house. And then sometimes if it's bad weather or if there's ice, that's the one that kind of gets you. So I'd say that one is the one that feels like it's the most effort to do.
I'd say one of my worst ones is going under the bed. We really want gas struts on the bed so we can lift it up easily. But at the moment, going under the bed is like, if it's under the bed, it's probably not going to be looked at. And somebody asked, is the mould still there? It is, but it's not actually that bad because we'd been like airing it out and we've put some of the damp things and we're going to do the cat litter thing. So the damp's not actually that bad anymore. I sprayed it with some stuff. Yeah. But yeah, just going under the bed, pretty much it's like a twice a year thing because we'll just avoid it at all costs, won't we? But yeah, if we get gas struts, hopefully we can make better use of that space underneath.
Mitchell said, I love the video when you moved onto the boat and you forgot your duvet and pillows or when your Hoover fell apart. It was really fun actually because occasionally we'll look back at an older video just to see sort of how it's changed, and it's just fascinating to see like just how different it is. Even though I feel like we haven't done that many jobs to the boat, it still looks so different. Yeah.
Well, I might have to post some pictures soon of like the before and after of even 6 months, even a year in. Yeah. Also, by the way, thank you everyone for being here on our 1 year celebration stream of being on the boat. If you're just joining us, feel free to ask any questions. But I thought it might be cool if is it cheesy? I don't know. People in chat, if you want to say what your favourite moment was from the vlogs, or like what you thought was like pretty cool from the vlogs, or anything you want to ask us about. Thought that might be cool.
Yeah, or anything that made you really like cringe.
Yeah. Mainly the two things we've had in is the trolley, get a trolley, and stop using an adjustable spanner on the screws on the engine. Don't worry, we have really learned. I promise.
Rightly so.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
We have already slightly kind of basically done what everyone said would happen.
Yeah.
The nuts have kind of worn away a bit, so it is on the list.
Yeah.
Don says, hi from Nova Scotia, found your channel and binge watched them. I'll not have much internet for the summer, but I'll binge watch them in September.
Oh, thank you, Don.
Much. And keep safe too.
Champagne, I'm going on a 2-week trip to San Marino for my mental health. You actually inspired me to take this trip. That's lovely, Champagne. Enjoy, and yes, have a rest, look after yourself.
Yep.
We're big advocates of mental health, so make sure everyone's looking after yourselves. Putting your mental health first. It's just as important as physical health.
Yeah, and we'll be here waiting for you when you come back.
Yeah.
Phil said, has the alternator belt stopped squeaking since you did the engine service? No.
No. It's still squeaking.
It's not squeaking too badly. It squeaks for like the first maybe like 10 minutes that we cruise, and then it kind of gives in.
And Wayne helped us, and it stopped squeaking for like a week, and then now it's started again, hasn't it?
But I think what it might be is that because it's a brand new belt, we tightened it, and then I think it gets a little bit slack, and then it just needs like a bit more tightening, and then a bit more until it kind of finds its correct tension. So we need to do that a bit more, but it's just the effort of getting the mooring pin out.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like every day is a school day, and we're learning so much more now, so I feel like we know why it's squeaking now, which is important, whereas before we were like, whoa, why is it squeaking? What does it mean?
Yeah, and we're also not going to retighten it until we have got our proper spanners, because
yes,
I don't want everyone to
might make
shout
worse. Might make it worse. Brian, greetings from the US. My wife and I want to visit the UK so bad, so we live vicariously through your videos.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you, Brian, for both of you for watching. Hopefully you get to visit one day.
Paul said, "Hi, our son Ed is going to start a game design course in September at Hillsborough College. How did you get into game design?" So I didn't actually find out that game development was kind of a viable career until I think when I was doing sixth form college, and then I think before that I was just kind of going down the same route that everyone else was being pushed down at my school, which was kind of, you go to Oxford and Cambridge or you'll fail at life. And that it was only when I was looking at different courses that I realised that Sheffield Hallam had a game design course, and then I sort of did a bit of digging and I thought it was really interesting. Went there, did a course, got a job, and then the rest is history. But Hillsborough College, interestingly, was somewhere where I did a talk to a bunch of their students when I was working in the industry, to just kind of like help them figure out how to get into the industry.
Because we both lived in Sheffield. We came from Sheffield.
So that was really nice, and it seems like a really good college as well for that. So yeah, best of luck to Ed. That should be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll really enjoy it.
Tiffany, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. In the future, I plan on getting a boat and naming her Boston Cuppa, as I'm a proper Black country. What's the funniest and most unique boat you've ever seen?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, there's been loads.
Quite like the ones. There was a couple in Nottinghamshire called A Up Me Duck.
Yeah, A Up Me Duck, because
they were nice.
I'm from Nottinghamshire, so they were really nice. And then there was one called Ear She Is. That was cool. We've seen that one.
There was the Unsinkable 2. That was quite funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Our friend's boat's called Jammy Dodger. I don't know. I really like that. That's nice, quite cool.
There's also like really cute ones. Like there was one called Sweet Pea, and it was just like this really dinky little green boat. That was really lovely.
I really like Jan and Tony from Making New Memories boat name as well. Theirs is just called The Boat, which I think is really cool because it's like, oh, we're going to the boat.
Apparently though, that is a nightmare when they are trying to fill out like documentation or anything, like checking into a marina, and they're like, what's the boat name? The Boat.
The Boat.
What else we got? Deborah says, "Hi, we just sold our house and we're moving onto the boat on the 6th of July. We're in our 50s. With our dog Hugo, any tips for keeping the doggy safe? We're going to be at Barton Marina and then start to cruise."
Ooh.
I think so. We're quite cautious with Rufus because we know that he's very unpredictable. So a lot of people will just let the dogs off and just hop on and off the boat as and when they please. What we did around our stern is just to get some of that kind of like garden trellis stuff and wrap it round, just to provide a bit of a fence, and that's really helped because it just means that Rufus knows kind of where the bounds of his home are and he doesn't just kind of like try and jump off, but it also means that other dogs can't get on.
Yeah.
So Rufus is alright because he absolutely loves dogs, but he kind of loves them a bit too much to the point where he doesn't know if a dog isn't friendly. So if a dog that isn't friendly was nearby, he would probably just try and say hello and then like get his face bitten or something. But that was definitely a big one that helps a lot. You can also get little doggy life jackets.
Yeah, life jackets.
They're a good idea. And if Hugo's not already comfortable with water, I guess just as a precautionary measure, just trying to work on that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Don said, "I'm glad to see you did replace your rusted bolts on your solar panel boxes with proper ones." Yes, we had to saw them off, but we've replaced them now, Don. Don't worry.
There are still 2 outstanding ones that we hadn't been able to replace because we miscounted how many we needed. So 2 of them are still rusted on, but we have since bought 2 new ones, and that is now on the list to, at some point, chop those remaining ones off and replace them. Everyone did tell us to get galvanized steel ones as well because apparently they don't rust, but no matter where we looked they didn't seem to sell them, so for now we've just got some new ones so that at least we can use them.
Oh. We haven't seen any of the... Oh, no.
What's that?
Our chat window hasn't got any of the new chats on.
Oh, is it
Can
not?
you hold that? Sorry, everyone.
Hang
Give
on.
us a second. I was like, oh. There's
We've
not...
almost caught up.
We've almost caught up. Give me a second.
The ring light is not playing ball.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh no. What
That
have you
didn't
done?
sound like a good noise, did it?
That was definitely not a good noise.
We're coming. Wait a second. Can we make this bigger?
Only professional content here.
Yeah, because it like paused on like a chat.
Yeah, I thought we'd almost caught up.
Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry if we missed any of your new ones or anyone coming in. Where was it?
That's
That's all right.
Bench said, "You were my saviour at Loughborough Basin because I was crossing my legs."
Bagels, you're in trouble if you've done that, I swear. Okay, we're back with the chat. Sorry everyone, welcome in if you've come in while I've missed you. Oh. Let's try and catch up, okay.
Yeah, again, if we've missed anything, feel free to post it again in the chat. We are still somehow new to this.
Welcome in Luke, hello, Tina, welcome in Danny, Grant, Silvio, Lorraine, Theme Park UK, hello, Julie, Flash, just making sure, Joe, hello, sorry if we miss anyone, we'll catch up, Bob, hello, okay, I think that's everyone.
Okay, where
Sorry about that, everyone, we're catching up again.
Flash says, "Hi, we've just started watching your stuff. You both make us laugh so much. Whereas you come across as not confident with your DIY, but you always smash it. Are you hiding a secret?" I think the secret is to not let the camera get too close, because then you'll see all the horrible mistakes.
But also, I would just like to make a statement that Wes is one of these people that's like, oh, I'm so rubbish at that. And then he absolutely just somehow becomes really good at everything. He's one of those people that's like annoyingly talented at just everything that he tries.
It's all lies.
And he's like, oh, I'm so rubbish at that. And then absolutely smashes it. Like the driving. He's such a good driver. And then he always says, oh, I won't be able to do that.
I can't skate though. I really can't skateboard. Absolutely not. It's embarrassing.
Sorry, Trekking Adventures, if we missed you. Thank you so much for popping by. Enjoy your holiday. Lovely to see you. Keith and Polly, hello.
Hello.
Oh no, of course not, Polly.
Hey guys, what other Booktubers do you watch? Keep up the great work.
Oh
thanks,
my
Callum.
gosh.
So the list that we watch is sort of growing as we meet more people who also make videos. I'd say our main ones at the moment that we've been watching for a while and are kind of like up to date on what they're doing is Holly the Cafe Boat. Because I think basically everyone watches them. They're great.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
We've watched Cruising Alba from the start. Who else is there? We watched Cruising Crafts because we watched him. We met him and Heidi, Narrowboat Pirate, in Llangollen when they were both also quite sort of starting out on their YouTube journey. So we were kind of all three of us together, and we've kept up with them.
Yeah.
Ever since. Who else is there?
We watched Taylor's.
Yeah. Never
Too Late, Making New Memories. One Day More Aboard. I don't want to miss anyone now. Northern Narrowboaters. I watch more than Wes. There's some that we watch together and then some that I just watch. But there's so many many great ones.
And then there's also other ones that we'll refer to, like if we need something, like I think David's
video is obviously amazing.
He's got one for everything, which is really great.
Or if we want to check out like an area, we watch Foxes. So many amazing creators, and I think everyone brings something different, which is really nice.
Yeah, sometimes we worry that we look a little bit sort of sad if people are just walking up and down the towpath and they see us in a narrowboat, and then they look through the window and we're just watching narrowboats.
Narrowboats. Oh, we also watch Gary as well.
Oh yeah. After watching your channel, we booked a family holiday in England and Wales on the Llangollen. I'm going to see the same spa place that you visited starting next week.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Enjoy.
so good.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll love it because the Llangollen is amazing.
Yeah.
Such a lovely place. I always say, like, if you're not from England, when you visit England, I think London's a good place to visit, but there's so many places that I personally would much rather go to in England than London. There's loads.
Yeah. But yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, we absolutely loved it there, and yeah, can't say no to a spa, can you?
Yeah. Spoolbox says the wash would scare me. Should be a great adventure. Minimalist had a pilot. Yeah, we would definitely have a pilot for sure.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, the wash is basically a section of it's almost like a section of open water that's kind of the bit of the UK that does that. You can go across it, but it is technically open water, so there's big waves and a much higher risk of sinking your house. So it's terrifying.
John Keegan, hi. Could you please do a follow-up on your new solar installation? We actually we did film a video, and we filmed our entire electric setup with like the breakdown of the solar, the batteries, the inverter.
Forgot about that.
And it wasn't very good, so we scrapped it. Wes edited it and we was like, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
So we do need to refilm that. So it's on the list. It's on the list.
Yeah, because obviously, well, I do most of the editing while Amy manages the socials, and because I'm working full time, obviously it's just balancing all of that. And our priority is to release the weekly vlogs. But when we do get chances, we like to do like the bonus videos, as you've possibly seen. So we do want to do one on the full electric setup, and also we want to do one on sort of gaming on a narrowboat, because that I think is quite niche to us. So yeah, but at some point we'll do them.
Yeah. Umberto, welcome in as well. Hello. Oh, you're from Cardiff, Champagne. Lovely.
Sylvia just says he's bald and she has pink hair. I love this couple.
You summed us up well. Some of your favourite moments. So Joe said the blinds that were too long, and when the guitar locked itself in the bathroom.
That was such a ridiculous scenario.
Yeah. Tom Dindry says the blinds has to be the blinds. Hi Luke, welcome in. Tina says the rabbit clips. Yay.
Yeah. Akon just making sure we don't use the adjustable spanners.
No adjustable spanner. And thank you, Wayne. That's really appreciate that. But yes, we did buy the mattress thing. We bought a new fancy thing that goes underneath our mattress that helps with the airflow and condensation and mould. So we haven't actually installed it. We bought it in Crick.
Oh yeah, it's currently under a pile of things.
Yeah, we need to install it.
Don't tell them.
But that's on the list for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tivian says, what item, real or imaginary, do you wish that you could have on your boats?
I know what yours would be. Be an ice machine.
Yes. Or, no, actually, one step further than an ice machine, a slush machine. I would, there's actually a slush boat now on the network, and I just feel like I might follow him around, because slushes is one thing, I love eating ice, but like even better than eating ice is eating a slush, which is just a drink of ice. So I'd say a slush machine.
I don't know what I'd say. I think if anything it would be more like a creature comfort, because I'd say something like a bath, like a good sized bath, but the hassle of kind of having to deal with water and hot water, it wouldn't be worth it. But if it was just like some sort of fictional bath that could do its own thing with water,
Unlimited,
it'd be that. Oh
yeah. Jane Vassar, welcome in. I hope I said that right. We've been looking for narrowboats to live aboard. What are your thoughts on boats that have been overplated?
Yeah, I guess we don't know that much about it, but we did hear things about people saying like try to avoid it. Generally speaking, because if a boat's been overplated, it means that somewhere on it the steel is thinner than it should be, or it's had a hole in it.
Or I guess the join could be a place that could be faulty.
I think it's one of those where it's like ideally avoid it as far as we were told, but I think obviously you can have some that are fine with it as well. So that's probably really unhelpful.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, but we personally, I mean, I feel like you said, every boat is different and the stories that you'll hear will be different, but we were told not to get one that was overplated, but like we said, it doesn't mean to avoid them completely. All we will say is just get a survey, 100%, because if you get a survey and the boat's been overplated or it hasn't been overplated, then they will highlight like any weakness in the structure or anything like that on the survey anyway, so listen to that. And for those that don't know what overplating is, it basically means when the bottom of the boat, the flat bit of steel at the bottom, has like gone weak, or it's gone too thin, or maybe there's a small hole or something, they'll put a big bit of steel underneath and like weld it over the hole or the weak bit or the just thin
to
bit,
like bolster the
just
steel.
to like thicken it up again and strengthen it.
Have you thought about dehumidifier to keep the mould under control? So we have since put some of those
We've got loads,
dehumidifiers under there, and they do seem to be helping. And I think because it's drying up now, the mould seems to be, it's sort of stopped. It's not getting worse, and it looks less slimy. So the summer is probably a good time to strip everything out, declutter it, sand it all, finish drilling the holes, because we've still only done about 4.
Lorraine said, really enjoyed your Christmas one when you decorated your boat. Oh, thank you,
nice.
Lorraine. Phil, Narrowboat Shedding Adventures, said, the engine service, the blinds installed, the bathroom door locked by the guitar, and Wes climbing out of the bedroom on the lock on the yacht, asking how do you come out of here with dignity.
I still don't know how you're supposed to get out of those. Danny said, have you got any plans to buy a new boat? I would say not at the moment. I think
we love our little boat.
Yeah, we're really happy with it. There are obviously things that you would be like, oh yeah, ideally it'd be nice to have that, but overall it's pretty perfect. It's better than we could have hoped, really.
We love it. Oh, my favourite was when you got your refrigerator. Thank you, Kiki.
Oh, yeah. It was about 9 or 10 months, I think, wasn't it, that one?
Making new memories. Don't say you wanted bath. We did that and someone sent us a paddling pool to put on the roof. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a paddling pool.
No.
We want a full ceramic
bath. Yeah. Thank you so much, Bagels. What the hell?
Thank you very much, Mon, as well. That's
Mon,
really
hello. Hi. Thank you. Boston to Wisbech is on Starcraft's list as well. Is that the wash?
Wisbech, I think.
Wisbech, yeah. Sorry. Oh, Mike, that sounds so exciting.
Oh, Barbara, thank you so much for the super chat. Love your vlogs and your uplifting attitude. That's really sweet of you.
Thank you, Barbara. That's so
that
lovely.
Means a lot to us.
Thank you.
That's really kind of you.
Oh, I saw there's a new boat called Boats and Hoes.
Oh, yeah. So if any of you have seen the movie Step Brothers, it's a reference to that.
Yeah,
that is
really funny.
I was quite tempted to try and twist Amy's arm into calling the boat Prestige Worldwide, which is also from the same film.
Amy gave Wes mince pies for his birthday. Mince pies are glorious and are an excellent birthday present.
Mince pies are the best. I always get really excited whenever there's mince pies out, and I always buy the first box of vegan mince pies that I can find. Congrats on your Narrowboat anniversary. I have no question or favourite moment. I loved every episode. Please don't make me choose. Thank you so much, Humberto. That's really kind of you to
That's
say.
lovely.
Trekking Adventure said, we love your vlogs. How much... sorry, I can't read now. We love your vlogs, how they are so exciting and cover lots of different angles, covering your life and also boating in your everyday life. Gives us so much inspiration. Thank you so much.
That's really lovely.
I think when we set out to do the vlogs, we just wanted to try and capture a bit of everything, wasn't it? And just kind of do this is how we're experiencing it.
Yeah, I think the main thing with us, we didn't just want to focus on the canals. We wanted to focus on what life is like in general, living on a boat. And I know some people might be like, oh, well, your life is very different. But I feel like there's certain things that you can figure out as well, which is just like things that we wouldn't have, like how do you visit family, or how do you go to the supermarket and stuff like that. Things that we was like, how do you do that? That would be really interesting to see and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it means a lot that everyone is interested in that kind of thing, and just our lives, I guess. It's really lovely. So thank you, everyone.
Danny asked, how about a pump out toilet? So there are some people, I think Taylor's have got one, and there's a bunch of other people that have one. I think for us, being on a 50-foot boat, the disadvantage is
Thank you, Tom.
You lose a fair bit of space because you have to have like a big, basically like sewage tank thing, and obviously that takes up more space on the boat. So that was something that we didn't really want, and I think also because you have to pay every time you use them, whereas Elson Point's, at least the Canal and River Trust ones, are generally free. It's just a little bit easier, even if you do have to empty them more regularly.
Bye, Champagne. If you're still here, have a wonderful trip. Thank you for popping by. Enjoy.
Lovely to see you.
Look after yourself.
One of my favourite clips is planting the Christmas tree from Never Too Late. Yeah,
Thank you.
We were really proud of it when we thought of getting Rufus to dig the hole for us.
Oh, never too late.
Phil says nothing wrong with watching Narrowboat YouTubers. It's all I do. You name them, I watch them. Who needs a TV when we have YouTube?
That's what we do as well, yeah.
Definitely.
Enjoying watching eating onion rings and playing Flaming Hot Monster Munch. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Can't beat some onion rings. We'd be rubbish with the spice on the Flaming Hot Monster Munch though, but they sound good. Thank you everyone for watching as well. If you're still here from the start, or if you've just joined, thank you for hanging out with us this evening.
Yeah, we've got some other fans of Holly the Cafe Boat. We do absolutely love their videos. They're great.
Mike says, can't wait to move on to the canals permanently as a continuous cruiser with my 3 cats, inspired by you and Minimalist.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
nice.
Good luck with the move. I hope you and your cats have a wonderful time. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, you'll love it.
I've read that on the refrigerator. Do you think you'll change your boat, and also do you think changing the name? Do that one?
Yeah, so I think as we said earlier, we do want to, for anyone who's missed it, we do want to change the name of the boat at some point, but we'll probably do it when we can get it repainted at some point. We don't have a clue when it is, and I think even though we do really like the name Gregory's Girl, but it holds a very specific meaning to the previous owners. Their surname was Gregory, and I think they were probably fans of the film as well. And I think it's nice that that's a part of this boat's history, but it's not kind of like our sort of story. So that's kind of why we want to change it, and we want to change it to something that kind of means a lot to us as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, not sure when it will happen, but it is on the cards. So Narrowboat Luna Betty said, after your first year, what mistake have you made that you would advise newbies to look out for? That's a good one
to look out for. Some tips I would give, just come to the top of my head while I'm thinking about it, was you can get food deliveries to the canal. Like, this is something that Making New Memories and Bears Aboard have only just kind of like made us think about. Like, we've never done that before, so sometimes when we've been like ages away from a supermarket or something like that, we've just kind of dealt with it, whereas like you can get deliveries to the canal. You just have to kind of put like a place of interest, or like maybe some pubs or something, and then meet the driver outside. Mind blowing. We've done that twice, and that's
in theory it's great.
Yeah,
but without wanting to spoil anything for this week's episode, as you can probably guess, anything that we do doesn't go quite as smoothly as it does on paper, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. But yeah, and then one thing maybe to look out for.
I don't know actually. I think a sort of tip, I guess, as well, is just to jump both feet into the community.
Ask for help.
Yeah.
At first we was like, oh, can we do that? And like when we was in the marina, we was like, can we knock on the next door neighbour's boat and ask for help or something like that? And like most boaters that we've encountered, 9 times out of 10, if you needed a hand and you knocked on and said, I'm new to this, can you give me a hand with this? I'm pretty sure most boaters would love to help you. And I know, like, if we got knocked on, we would love to help. So I'd say just ask for help, don't be shy, and also use the ropes. The main thing that we see from people that hire boats and like hire boaters on the network is they don't seem to use the ropes or know that you can like kick or push the boat out. So like you don't have to do all of the maneuvers with the engine. You can like grab the ropes and pull it, or you can kick the front out if you want to like leave the side of the canal and just like use the ropes, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Shane says, hello you lovely people, you have to have a pilots across the wash. Are you thinking of coming to the Great Ooze?
Yeah, Ooze.
I don't know what that is.
It's I think it's quite a big river, isn't it? I've seen it on minimalists videos, I'm pretty sure. I think is it the really long straight one?
I don't know. That sounds terrifying, especially if it comes off the wash.
Probably though, Shane. Probably we would love to. I would love to more so than Wes.
It's probably something that we would end up doing, but yeah, it would be scary. Are you? Thomas said, are you familiar with Cheshire Cat narrowboats? I plan to rent one for a few weeks. If you know where it is it good cruising from there?
I've seen a couple of Cheshire Cats. I think they're on the Llangollen, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we saw them around the Arm.
Montgomery.
Yeah, near the Montgomery, I think.
Yeah, if it is on the Llangollen, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think you'll love the Llangollen.
We did also see one on the River Soar, I think,
yeah.
which was also a really nice place to cruise. So, as far as we've seen, they seem like really nice boats inside, and yeah, on pretty good routes. So, yeah, would recommend. Someone
said, do we prefer to moor in cities or in the countryside?
So I think, for me, I enjoy visiting the cities for like a short burst because it's really novel and exciting, and there's like loads of shops everywhere and chip shops and all the rest of it. But generally speaking, my preference is just to be out in the middle of nowhere in a field.
Yeah, it's
just so peaceful and quiet and relaxing. I don't think anything really compares to that.
Yeah. And then Judy said, what's the nicest place you've moored? I was saying this actually the other day. I think if I was to pick top 5 towns on the network, I would probably say, so far, Market Harborough, Ellesmere on the Llangollen. Llangollen. Or Llangollen? No, Llangollen. The town itself. Stone was lovely. And then Sparks. We really like the one in Kegworth.
Under the flight path.
Loads of really spots. Good. But towns, they're probably my top 5.
Yeah. We did also have one the other day as well that was just kind of a little mooring that we just stayed in overnight. And that had one of the best views that we've had. But we kind of had to keep going. But I think that would be on my list as well. It was where we moored up, and you could see across. It's really hard. There was just fields, but they looked really nice.
Oh, and there was one on the Shroppie as well.
Yeah,
there was really one.
Apart from the shelf, that was a pain. Where are we? So Nick said, "Hi, Wes and Amy. Hi, Nick.
Hi,
sorry
Nick.
I'm late this evening. Love watching your vlogs.
You don't need to apologise. Thank you for being here. Nog in the nog as well. Welcome in. Hello. Yeah. No worries. Thank you for popping by. It was good to see you.
Joe said, how long have you guys been vegan, and did you go vegan at the same time? You've been vegan about 9 years?
8 years, I want to say. 8 or 9 years.
And this is my 6th year of being vegan.
Pretty much quite early on in the relationship, because I wasn't like, you have to go vegan or anything like that. I wasn't. I wasn't. Hi, Sissy! How are you doing? And then Wes just kind of did it on your own, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it was Amy sort of like just sowing seeds about sort of how she felt about things, and then I'd go off and do my own research and thinking, and then just decided to go for it from like full omni to vegan basically overnight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't looked back. Love it.
Sorry about the bad comments, by the way, and thank you to the lovely mods that are here. I appreciate
thank you, moderators.
Glyn Owen said, "What would you say is the average age of a canal boater?"
That's a tricky one.
There's such a wide range, isn't there?
I'd say, generally speaking, boaters tend to be, I'd say maybe around the sort of 50, maybe
40,
late 40s
to 60.
kind of. Yeah, but it's so broad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we've met people who are kind of like early 20s, but then you also have people that are like far beyond 60.
Also, people have kids, so that would bring the average down.
True, yeah.
We've met quite a lot of narrowboat kids that like live on their boat.
Yeah. So it's,
I think it's as well. It's something that's becoming more broad.
Yeah. So I'd say even though the average is probably maybe around the 50 mark, it's so broad that I think that's probably not that accurate as a representation of age. Mike said, "I would love you to do a day with Wes wearing a pink long hair wig and Amy wearing a bald wig for mental health charity I would sponsor." That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. We would love to do something for charity one day. It's definitely on the cards. We'll write it down, Mike. Thank you for dinner, Jolene. Jolene.
That's such an ominous message from someone called I'm Not Telling You My Name.
I hope I didn't just say something weird.
Yeah, love it though.
Ali, thank you so much. Been enjoying your vlogs since last year. That means so much. Thank you so much. Also, Steve, welcome in. I like your videos, interesting stuff. Thank you.
Coral says, another reason I love your channel is that it's awesome seeing other vegans doing the one thing I want to do, which is living on a narrowboat. And you always seem to make it seem so lovely and nice. Oh, thank you so much.
You.
It's I think we don't always do the food too much justice when we are just sort of shoveling chips.
Yeah, like we said, because we mainly film on weekends, and that's when we kind of eat. Like, we have our treat food. We do eat really well in the week, promise. Most of the time.
Another sort of little bonus video that we'd like to do at some point is almost like an updated what we eat in a week, because the last one was
chaotic.
Yeah, and we didn't have a fridge, whereas now we can eat more stuff.
Yeah.
We do have a fridge. And Bertie said, "Did anyone mention Rufus? Such a lovely companion."
Aww.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's currently just sort of, I don't know if I can turn this.
Although,
He's
if
just
anyone...
kind of smushed.
If anyone met him at Crick, you would have learned that he is a noisy... He's a noisy little dog, aren't you?
Yes.
He always looks really cute, and if he's on the stern, and people like walk past him and ignore him, then he's fine. But because he looks really cute, and he's like, "Oh, I look like a puppy." Look at him. And then as soon as somebody tries to like talk to him, he barks at them, don't you?
It lulls them into a false sense of security and then kicks off.
But Rufus says, "Hi everyone, thank you for watching and chatting with us." Joe, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to. It's super sweet. Thank you, Joe.
That's really kind of you.
Gareth, sorry if we missed you. Thank you for popping by.
Lovely to see you. Flash asks, living in such a small space, has it changed your relationship? So I think we're sort of quite clingy.
Yeah, there's only one way to say it. Yes, we are.
We're quite clingy in a relationship anyway. So like even in the house, we'd just be like
in the same room
joined at
at
the hip.
all times. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for us it worked quite nicely moving on to a boat, because it's just like it didn't, in that respect, it didn't feel any different. Like we're still, if we're cruising, we're both on the stern, even though that's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
And
I think as well, another thing that helps with living in a small space with somebody else is you have to be comfortable with silence and like having alone time but together. So like sometimes Wes will be on his laptop and I'll maybe be watching the TV and we don't talk to each other, and we're having like, I'm doing my thing, he's doing his thing, but we're in the same room. And I think that's really important because it's just helps to make sure you're still doing what you want to do. And you don't have to be like always talking to each other. I think being comfortable with just being in silence together, I think really helps.
it does make us look really unsocial though,
Yeah.
because sometimes if we go into like, I don't know, like a city or something, and we go out for a meal, we'll be so excited about the food, and because we spend all day every day just talking to each other anyway, when we get to the restaurant we'll just be sat there in silence just eating.
Yeah.
And it just looks like we just don't know how to talk to each other, but it's normally just that the novelty of talking is the thing that happens all the time, and then when you put fancy food in front of us,
We're
it's
like,
just
food,
tunnel vision.
don't talk to me, I'm eating
Yeah.
my food. Maya, welcome in, and Isabel, welcome in, and
Yeah.
Rob, if you're there, so lovely to see you both.
Phil said, I've been thinking of a name for my new build boat.
Oh yeah.
Think I've got it sorted, but won't reveal it yet. It's something to do with my dad, who got me into narrowboats, but is no longer with us.
Oh, that's lovely, Phil.
That's
Yeah,
really sweet.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
Excited to see.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
definitely.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
Thank you, mods. Cheshire Cat are based at Owater on the Shroppy, and Linda is the owner and is great. Oh, okay, that's really good
nice.
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice recommendation. Thank you very much.
We hired a boat before we moved on, and we did it in like the winter time just to make sure we still liked boating when it wasn't like glorious sunshine and everything was really nice. And we hired from the Wyvern.
Yeah.
The Wyvern near
Milton Keynes.
near Milton Keynes. And we absolutely loved that boat, and the company was really nice. They were really helpful. They did like a full induction, so they cruised with us. They took us through a lock. They showed us how to moor the boat. They were really, really good. Would recommend it. It was a great route as well.
If you do happen to use that company and you end up using a 45-footer called Foxglove, please tag us in it or send some pictures.
We can't wait to go past that and see Foxglove, because that was where it all started from for us.
Oh, it was Fleur that tweeted. Thank you, Fleur.
Oh, thank you, Fleur. Hello, Fleur. The Ouse is a big river with locks from Bedford to King's Lynn and onto the Wash. I think,
That sounds
This
terrifying.
is terrifying.
Julie says, I'm more on the Llangollen Great Canal, but too hectic this time of year. It's like wacky races.
Yeah. We went into the deep end for sure.
Yeah, we got crashed into a couple of times. But it's still absolutely beautiful. It was really definitely worth a visit. Some people will visit it sort of off season.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's very busy anyway, and then when you have all the boats out of the marinas in the summer and you have the hire boats out, it just it gets very busy. We would
love to go back in the autumn time as well. I feel like the Llangollen in autumn would be beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
So good. Narrowboat Aiken, come on then, someone's got to ask, so might as well be me. What's your top 3 chip shops been since being on the boat? I think someone else asked what's the best chips on the Canal network. Luna Betty said as well. Go on then.
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. They are all quite similar.
I think because they keep making different accounts, they're slightly different, but it's okay. Just don't give them any attention.
I don't know. To be fair, one thing that I will throw out there is that none of them have yet beat a local place from where we used to live in a house. But that's just because I think the owner was vegan, and they used to do loads of different like vegan options. They did like a vegan battered sausage, vegan battered burger, all that sort of stuff. So we could get tons of stuff. And they also did a pea fritter, which we haven't seen since. And I don't know how people will feel about this, but it was amazing. It's like a ball of mushy peas.
Oh my god,
that's
yes.
battered and deep fried, and it's
so
just
good.
Pure genius.
They were enormous as well, like genuinely about this big, weren't they?
Yeah, that with some curry sauce and like an unreasonable amount of mayo, and
yeah,
it doesn't get much better than that.
So good.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think for me, my favourite one is the most recent one.
Yeah,
it's whichever
it's
one
so
I've
many...
been to recently.
There was one. I can't remember where. I think was it the one in Stone? No, we didn't get chips in Stone.
We got pizza in Stone.
I can't remember where it was, but there was one that was particularly good. Might have even been the one on the Llangollen in the town. But yeah, there's
Birstall was good that we had before.
Oh yeah, the Birstall one was good, but that was quite the most recent one as well.
But that was like a full on like a weighty amount.
Yeah. I'm 53 and I feel like a young boater. What's the saying? You're only as young as you want to be. Or you feel. Yeah. Is it chips on the menu this evening? Funny enough, Flash, it actually is. We're having chicken burgers and chips.
It's only oven chips though, and
they're not quite as good.
Quite the same. Ali said, "Is the lithium setup still doing you proud, or do you think it was a waste of money?" So I have to say, from my point of view, the lithium was better than we thought it was going to be. Like, when we were weighing it up and looking at all the numbers and trying to understand anything to do with electrics, we were like, everyone's saying this is going to be really good and it's going to be a complete game changer, but we didn't really see like how it could be.
Yeah.
I think we're also slightly biased in that we didn't realise at the time that our inverter was melting from the inside out. So replacing
we had problems already, which made the new setup even more better.
But even then, like I still can't believe like how much better they are. They are very, very good, and I would definitely recommend or like buy the whole setup exactly as it is again.
Yeah, for us, I think it might be excessive for people that don't use as much electricity as us. I think if you're somebody that wants to have that reassurance of never having to worry about kind of having enough power, even if you use low amount of power, I think they're still really good. But you don't always have to go full lithium. I think there's setups out there. We're not experts. But for us, we definitely felt like we needed it and we feel like it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Colin says, hello from Gran Canaria. Watch your vlogs from the beginning and never miss one. Rufus is so lucky you rescued him, and he has a wonderful life with you too. Thank you so much for watching and also for the kind words.
It was actually Colin that told us what breed we think Rufus is. So we've always thought that Rufus is a Labrador crossed with a Whippet. But he's actually from Gran Canaria, and Colin messaged us saying, I think that he might be a Podenco or a Podenco cross, which is a breed that is in Gran Canaria. It's like a hunting breed, and we googled it and we was like, yeah, that looks like Rufus for sure. So thank you for that, Colin. Welcome in, Captain Dave. Thank you for popping by. Lovely to see you. And Ben as well, and Tingaling, and Wacker and Tiny Wee Flo. Hello. We're just catching up with chat.
Captain Dave also said the first year normally breaks the crew, but you did it with style.
Oh, thank you.
So much.
That's really lovely.
That's really kind of you.
Mike says, what's the biggest thing you have learned about yourselves?
Ooh, that's a deep one. I like it. I think it's that I'm a lot more adaptable than I thought I was. Because obviously, being fairly riddled with anxiety, it doesn't take much for me to kind of panic. But I have to say, like, I've done a lot better than I thought I would do if I had sort of said to me, like, 3 years ago, like, you're going to do this now. Yeah, I think I've done pretty good. Had a good go at a lot of different things that I've never done before, and still going. So, yeah, I think that's probably mine. What about you?
Ooh, I don't know. I think that I'm I'm not useless at social media, I guess. I don't know, because for those that don't know, Wes edits all of the videos, and then I manage all of our social media accounts. So like on the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, I do them all. And I'm not saying I'm the best or I'm the greatest or anything like that, but I think it's just, I've always wanted to do this kind of thing anyway, and I think doing it and being able to maintain it and manage it and actually enjoy doing it is something that I've always thought I would like, but now I'm actually doing it. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Yeah, rightly so. Rob is cooking dinner. Pray for us.
Ben Slater says, do you plan to do the whole network? Yes. Hopefully. That is the plan, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Fleur, again. Ignore the bots. The nice thing about having bots like that is that at least it means that we're growing. Because the bots are bothering with us. Hooray! Waka says, excellent live chat, the best I've watched. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's one of our favourite things where we just get to kind of like one-on-one chat with everyone. It's really nice.
We always worry that we're going to be really, really boring, so that means a lot. Thank you.
Tiny Wee Boat, that is the cutest name.
I love that.
Hey guys, great to see you live. Love your videos. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
That's really kind of you.
Tingaling says, hey Amy and Wes, first time catching a live. Welcome. Did it take a while for both pets to adjust to boat life? I'm planning on buying a boat to live on. I'm so nervous of my house rabbit. Congrats, by the way. Thank you so much.
I think we're quite lucky with Rupee in that I'm not sure he's even noticed we've left the house yet.
Because the thing about Rupee is he's 9 years old and he's going slightly deaf, slightly blind. So I feel like you could put him pretty much anywhere and he would just be like, oh, food. Okay.
But even then, like, I think his little bedroom, I think, is very comfortable. Like, I think we did sort of consider that quite a lot. And we've since seen quite a lot of unique ways of kind of like housing rabbits on boats. So there's some places that do like the sofa and they've got like a built-in like rabbit house underneath. And I think as long as you can make the space feel quite comfortable, they'll probably be fine. Like we've met other people who have had house rabbits on boats and they've been absolutely fine. So yeah, it should be all right. I think they'll probably just take a bit of reassuring and plenty of carrots and sort of lovely leafy greens. Yeah. And it should be all right. But yeah, it was a pretty smooth transition, and with Rufus we're quite lucky as well because he's a very adaptable dog. So I think for him being able to go out and see different things and smell different things all the time is just brilliant for him. Like, it's his absolute favourite thing to do. And even though he might kind of cry a lot sometimes when we're cruising or bark at people, he generally just seems to really enjoy it and just sunbathes on the stern all day. It's a hard life, isn't it?
Thank you, Sean. I think I've been able to do it. Yeah. Hi, Polly. Welcome in. Hi, Claire. Yeah, thank you, Sean, for that. And Fleur, of course, and Tom. We should have blocked them now. But yeah, did you say about the Rufus with the engine?
No.
It did take a little bit for Rufus to get used to the engine vibrations when he was sat on the stern. So we used to just have loads of treats out with us and turn the engine on and just give him loads of treats, so it was like a positive experience. Mm-hmm. And after a few cruises, he was pretty fine with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't take him long to adapt.
Yeah. Captain Dave said, have you tried the fork and the power drill mixer trick yet? Works great for me.
Oh yeah, you commented that, yeah.
Are the best. High boats drive you mental on the ooze. So I got
the fork and the drill sounds intense, but we might have to try it. It sounds really good. If you're ever in Walsall, give me a shout. I can tell you which of the many Gregs do the best vegan sausage rolls. Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
sometimes
have to do a tour of the Gregs.
Yeah, sometimes the Gregs are like, we was want one in the Langley Mill. The Langley Mill Gregs would not recommend everyone. Because we would go for sausage rolls every so often and they would always be like, is it alright if they're cold? And we'd be like, no. Like, we would just be like, oh, I kind of wanted a hot sausage roll.
I have to say though, I really like cold food, and I really love sausage rolls, so I'll take any. Mitchell said, Wyburn Shipping Company. That's who we had a holiday with last October for my 40th. Had a fantastic time. It was that good we've decided to buy a canal boat once I leave the Royal Navy next May.
Nice,
wow.
Mitchell. That's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
We hired one of those and we was like, yep, we want to do this.
Yeah, definitely. Julie said, will you stay constant cruising through the winter again, or do you think you'll go into a marina? So our plan for this winter so far is to stay out cruising. We did a fair bit of the winter last winter, but as you might have seen, we got stuck behind a lock closure, so it kind of bugged us a little bit that we felt like we kind of cheated half of winter because we had the facilities there and we weren't really cruising around. So we're looking forward to kind of doing the whole winter out on the cut, rather than just sort of like most of it. But we did sort of the snow and ice, and that was really good. And I think it's just, for us, it's an equally enjoyable part, even though winter's more hard work. Just feeling like you're inside a Christmas card is just absolutely breathtaking.
Hi, Trevor, barking mad, welcome in.
Tiny Weeboat says no amount of mayo is unreasonable.
That's true.
Completely agree.
Oh, Charlie, hello, lovely to see you.
Have you seen Adrian Bevis YouTube videos for boats at Crick? He stops at your boat plus others.
Oh,
really?
no, we might have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. We're really interested, like every time someone had sort of seen us and taken a photo with us, or the boat. Yeah, it was super exciting because we went into Crick just sort of thinking like, you know, we've got a little channel that we're really happy with and we're trying to grow it. But we were absolutely blown away by how many people just kind of came over and said hello and sort of said hello to Rufus and all that. It was really amazing.
It was really nice. Polly, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. And Scott, hello, hi. A couple of people have said we should rename the boat like either Fish and Chips or the Chip Shop or something to do with chips.
Chip Butty.
I quite like that. Yeah. Maybe we should get a little sticker of some chips or something on the side. A little nod to the chips. Or paint. What if we paint the side of the boat just like a print-out of chips, like full,
just a singular
full
fry.
vinyl of the chips? Or that'd
just
be good.
One floating long chip.
Oh my god. Yes, we're gonna do that. Isabel said, it's so great to see how you have found a lovely balance of tech on your boat. We were sure we'd not be able to bring gaming on board. Yay! Well, it's possible. You can do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's really good.
It definitely helped us swapping to laptops, I think, rather than desktop PCs, but that's only because then you have the bonus of having the laptop battery as well. But even then, like with our current lithium setup, we could probably run the gaming PC that we did use fairly comfortably, but just probably for not quite as long because the power supplies draw a fair bit more. But yeah, it's definitely possible to continue your gaming passions aboard a narrowboat. It just takes a little bit of a battery investment.
Don't worry about it, Fleur and Tom. You're doing amazing, and Sean, thank you all.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't worry.
I've just gone past us.
Boats cruising past. You should call it the Chip Shop, Keith says.
Or fish and shit.
How are you finding the more minimalist lifestyle on board?
I love it because it's something, minimalism was kind of more what I wanted to move towards anyway. I find it very stressful owning a lot of things because it just takes up more mental capacity, having to look after and organise and tidy. I'd much rather just have very little. And I found it quite cathartic when we were just decluttering everything, even though it was quite draining. So I definitely prefer having a lot less stuff and having a lot more value in what you do have. Yeah,
we're slowly like getting nicer stuff as well, I think. Like now we've got less and we're spending money less on just loads of stuff. The things that we do have, we can buy nicer. Like it's the small things like mugs. We used to get like the £1 IKEA mugs, and now we've got like starting to slowly get a collection of like nice little mugs that we've found in like shops all around the network, so we can be like, oh, we got this mug from Ellesmere and it was lovely, or we got this mug from like a floating trade boat, and it's really nice.
Scott from work/uni. Hi Scott.
Hi Scott.
Long time no see. He said, you started making videos just after I went on a narrowboat for a chilled stag weekend, and wife and I found your adventures interesting and hilarious. Oh, thank you so much. Lovely to see you again. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Mike says there are many seasoned boaters who could learn from you both. Thank you so much. That's really sweet. We still feel like we're kind of bumbling along, just figuring out as we go. But I think looking back, we sort of realise that we know a fair bit now.
We're not experts, but we're getting there.
We know bits and bobs.
Yeah. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. Good luck touring the whole network, Luna Betty says. Are you going to show your minimalist colour in map? Yes. For those that don't know, we bought one of the colour in maps of the network from Minimalist Store. It was lovely, and I'm really excited to colour that in as we go, and we're going to get it put on the wall.
The chip ship, that's another good
The
one.
chip ship, I love that.
Simon says, hi guys, love your channel. What sort of size do you think would work better for a single fella who needs a bit of space like me?
Also, I don't like cold beans, Polly.
I think it really depends. I think the best thing that you can do is just go visit a lot of boats, as many as you can, because that's the only way that you can really get a feel for the space. I think generally speaking, if you're anything like us, you will need less than you think.
Yeah.
And our advice is always to go with the smallest boat that you're comfortable with, because it just makes mooring a lot easier. It makes sort of fees a bit cheaper, and it's just generally just easier. But yeah, with that said, I think for us, we're in a 50-foot boat for 2 people, a dog and a rabbit, and it feels perfectly comfortable. I think for me, if I was a solo boater, that would be more than enough space, but it really does depend. So I would just recommend trying to visit as many boats as you can. And
I think like Wes said, if you go the smallest you can manage or that you want, really, because we thought that we wanted like a 70-foot boat, and then when we viewed one and we were kind of on them, we didn't need that long. We didn't need a 60-foot or anything like that, so we're quite happy with our 50, because it just means it's cheaper. Did you say about it being cheaper?
Yeah. For, like, fees and stuff like that. And then
also you can turn whenever you want. Not whenever you want, but mostly.
Yeah.
Trinity, welcome in. Trinity time. Hello. And Skinner, hello. How are you doing? Boat time is all the time. Oh, Claire asked how my garden is going on the roof. Thank you for asking. It's going really well, actually. I looked earlier today. Like, the carrots are huge. My parsley's really big.
Strawberries.
My strawberries are not. You remember when I said, "Oh, I'm just not going to follow the rules." My strawberries have not. My strawberries have not even sprouted. But the lovely Amanda said to buy a plant instead, and they tend to survive better. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah, because it's the early stages, isn't it? Because some people gave us tips in terms of like putting a bag over them or putting them in the solar box, which I think would work, but that's another thing that we need to declutter at some point. Trevor says, did Crick give you any new ideas? So I think most of the new ideas are quite minor, so things like maybe trying to put in some like under gunnel lighting I think would be quite nice, but generally speaking I think we just quite liked having a little nosy around a lot of the boats. We still want to change the side hatch as well for ones with windows, and a lot of the boats there had them in. Yeah,
that's a big job that we want to do.
Yeah, but that's a fairly costly one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the list. Lorraine Harding, the chip butty. I love that. That's so
yeah, that's
good.
Great.
Yeah. No, maybe we should name it something after Jim. This isn't very important, but Amy, I've been using the pink shampoo bar from Bleach London. I always think of you because I imagine it would be useful for boat life. Little water needed and lasts ages. Ooh, thank you, Corey. Might have to check that out. That is good. Also, Dan, thank you.
Another vote for the chip ship.
Chip ship, yeah.
So Captain Dave says plant potatoes alongside the river and you'll have an unlimited supply of chips. I plant strawberries everywhere.
Oh, I love that. That's really good. I feel like there should be more plants everywhere.
That's a great idea though, because if we go down one season and we plant them all and then we come back and we harvest them all,
chips ready
food.
to go, yeah.
That's a life hack and a half. Caleb said, love the videos. Guys, tune in every Friday and my folks are hooked too. If you had to choose, what time is boat time?
I think like Sean says, boat time's all the time. Party time all the time.
It's funny because we always sort of laugh at how uninventive the name feels for a channel. Just like, live on a boat.
Boat time.
But it was mainly because when we were kind of like gearing up to do it, it just became this thing that we would say to each other. So it'd be like, oh, it's almost boat time, or like at the point where we did actually get it, we'd be like, what time is it? We'd be like, it's boat time.
Yeah, and we would always be like, soon it's boat time.
Yeah.
So it just kind of felt right, didn't it, to name it boat time?
Yeah. But yeah, outwardly facing it, it feels like a little bit of a unimaginative name.
How about we stop at all the chippies?
Yeah. Chips on the cut. Yeah, that's a good one. We're all just bumbling along. That's very true.
Yeah,
Acorn. Very true. Are you guys going to visit Stoke Brew? I can't see what it says. Is it Brem? Please correct me, because I can only apologise. It's a lovely place. As you can probably tell, I haven't heard of it, but sure, like if it's it sounds like it would be a really lovely place, and we're all for recommendations. I think we can definitely add it to the list. Do you know what sort of canal it's on, or whereabouts it is in the UK?
Yeah. Violator, welcome in. Hello.
Hello.
Tracy, hi. It was lovely to meet you as well. Exciting. Good luck.
Only a few weeks to go.
Yeah, it's going to go really quick.
Yeah, we did meet a lot of people as well who are getting boats soon, and that's really exciting. Oh,
June and Ron, welcome in. Hi, lovely to see you.
Yeah.
We may be the oldest subscribers. You have 78 and 76.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. I wonder. I'm a pirate. I love that, Captain.
4 acres for strawberries. That's a good amount of strawberries. Simon says, thanks for sharing your knowledge. I'll have a look soon. Do you reckon the broker route for buying or private sale? I'm a total newbie at this point. So for us, because we were total newbies as well, and we didn't have a clue what we were looking at, I'm sure there's plenty of people who sell their boats and they're completely trustworthy. But for us, just having an organisation that you can hold accountable if something went wrong was just a bit of peace of mind that we kind of wanted to use. So even though it is probably a little bit pricier going through a brokerage, for us, not knowing anything and also not knowing any like friends or family that knew anything, it was just, it was very valuable to be able to go to a brokerage who, if something did go wrong, you could turn around and say, like, I want money or something back. So that would probably be our recommendation. But
because I think you have to already know the things to look out for that somebody could be hiding when they're selling a boat privately. And if you're kind of on the ball and you know what you're looking for, you can catch those things. It's kind of like buying a car privately. There's things that you would look in the engine, and maybe if you didn't know what you were doing, they might not mention to you or something like that.
It's worth noting as well that the sale of boats we found to be surprisingly simple.
Yeah.
In that it's almost just like buying like an object or like a shoe.
Yeah.
It's just like, do you want the boat? Yeah. sign a little
Sign
thing,
this bit of paper.
hand over the money, boom, give you the keys
Yeah.
and you're gone. There's no like formal kind of like survey or like solicitors as there are with a house. So yeah, it's just worth keeping in mind that it's very, very minimal, and if you go through private, they'd probably know the boat better, so they'd be able to give you more insight. But again, like, there's no guarantee that sort of what they're saying is truthful. Or
Yeah, and as Captain Dave says, no matter whether you go private or through a brokerage, always get a survey done. I would say, like,
doesn't matter
pretty
how
much
confident
always.
you
I
are
don't
in
think
the
there's
boat.
any circumstance or very few circumstances where it wouldn't be worth getting a survey, because there's been a lot of people that we've seen that didn't get a survey and something's gone wrong. Like, not saying every time it will, but pretty much you always want to get a survey.
Narrowboat Luna Betty says, if you cruise through Todmorden on the Rochdale Canal, you should visit Incredible Edible. Lots of help yourself food planting around the town. Oh wow!
Ooh, I love that. That's really cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Definitely. Coral says, when I first started making plans to save up for a boat, I was quite anxious. Anxiety gang, woo! Watching you both has definitely helped quite a bit. Oh, that really means a lot to us, because we definitely felt the same when we were trying to figure out how it all worked. And generally speaking, it felt like everyone that we could find either knew a lot about it or knew someone who knew a lot about it. Or had done a lot of it kind of like away from a camera and then had come into it with all that knowledge. So it was very intimidating, but I genuinely think, without exaggerating, like, if we can do it, anyone can do it, because we really had zero knowledge about any of it.
Apart from like research that we did on
before
the
we started, like looking at YouTube videos and that sort of thing.
But also I'd say it's kind of about mindset as well.
Yeah.
I think. It sounds really cheesy, but like, if you go into it with the saying of like, it'll be alright, and like when things go wrong, kind of trying to laugh it off as best you can, really, really helps. Because I think it can be easy for things to build up on a boat, like loads of little things that might maybe go wrong, because they do, and sometimes it is difficult. Like, we won't lie, it's not always the really aesthetic kind of boat life. Things do go wrong, and it is stressful, but I think it's a matter of being able to just kind of not brush it off, but just remember why you're doing it, and like try and just be like, it's fine, everything's okay.
Yeah, if you're anything like me, like, it will help you to deal with your anxiety, because you're sort of confronted with lots of little bite-sized things that will trigger it, and then you'll overcome it, and you just kind of build confidence, and that's been really nice.
Yeah.
Stoke Burn is on the Grand Union south of Crick. And north of Milton Keynes. Oh, there's a pretty good chance that we'll go through it then.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Good to know, thank you.
Nice, yeah.
Chips World, hello! It's been a while since I first messaged you, and I thought I'd drop by. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much. How are you doing, Chip? I hope you're well. Also, welcome in, Natasha, no worries. How are you? Good to see you.
So where are you guys heading for? Any plans for Bristol and the K&A or Lechlade and the Thames? So our current plans are to head down through Oxford, and then we're going to see, depending on how much of the summer is left by the time we get down there, to do a little bit of the Thames towards Lechlade, and then maybe head back towards the K&A when it starts to get colder again. Obviously we'll see based on the timings, but that's our very rough plan, I think, for now.
Yeah. Gary Charlesworth, welcome in. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Good to see you. Maybe you could Chips Ahoy. That's another good one.
Yeah, I like that.
As long as it doesn't sink, everything else can be sorted. Exactly, Violet. So pretty much, yeah.
A lot of people will say, as long as your hull is good, anything else can be replaced. So if you've got, even if your engine blows up, you can take an engine out and you can put a new engine in. Yeah. It's only if you've got like a giant hole in the hull that you then basically need a new boat or some serious work doing.
Yeah. Thank you, little old me. Yeah, if you're enjoying, make sure to hit the like button. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll probably be heading off shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. It's been lovely to chat to you.
Captain Dave says I'm in volume 4 of my to-do
Yeah,
list.
pretty much. We've got a double-sided to-do list. We've got one that's like, we need to do this, and then we've got one that's like, it would be nice if we could get around to it, but probably not.
Yeah, and if anyone doesn't already know, there's a sort of running saying that BOAT stands for bring out another 1,000.
Yes, Keith, yeah. For sure.
Simon says, bless you guys for sharing your advice. I will definitely go down the broker route. Awesome. Best of luck with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super exciting.
But yeah, I think we're going to head off. Oh, Blue Diva, welcome in. Hello. If anyone opens a chippy boat, this live would be perfect, please, to find a name for it. Yeah, loads of ideas. But yeah, we're probably going to head off. Let us know if you've got any last quick questions before we do. Say bye, Rufus. And thank you for, because we've been on the boat exactly a year now. Thank you for all your support, whether you've been here a week, a day, or right from the start. We appreciate every single one of you and our journey. It sounds really cheesy, but it wouldn't be the same without you all. So thank you so much for being here and all your lovely comments. It really means a lot to us, and they make us smile.
Yeah, and also a huge thank you to our super chats from Barbara and Joe.
Thank you so much.
That's really kind. And
of course the amazing moderators.
Yes.
Sorry about the bot messages that you had to deal with, but you handled it amazingly. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, mods. It's definitely helped a huge amount.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. Awesome. Yep. So if you haven't already subscribed, consider it if you are enjoying the Boat Time content. And yeah, we should have the next video up on Friday at 5:30 every week. Just a quick one, from Barbara about Patreon. We have been considering it. It's something that we've got on our list that we've been discussing. And I think we will do it at some point, but there's a few things that we want to kind of like iron out and prepare to make sure that is kind of done right and that it's worthwhile for anyone who does subscribe to it. Yeah,
because Wes does a lot of the editing and he also works, so we want to make sure that we're going to be able to put enough content out on there. And at the moment, it pretty much takes up a lot of his time doing the main editing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely coming, but we don't want to say soon or anything like that. But yeah, it's something on the cards. But thank you for even being interested in it. It means a lot.
One thing that I will say before we go, I'm going to get a little clip for the vlog.
Oh yeah, if you're still here. Yeah.
So if you want to have your message on screen, like feel free to spam like hi YouTube or thanks mods or happy 1 year or something like that. And I'm just going to do a really like cringy bit of talking. So we're currently doing a live stream to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. It's been absolutely wonderful. We've had loads of people, loads of lovely comments and questions. And yeah, thank you for joining us on our little live.
You get a behind the scenes. Let's get it all up.
Here we go. I'll give you a minute or so to get your messages and chat.
Oh, thank you everyone. And what was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. But yeah, thank you for being here. Aww. We're going to film in a sec.
Yeah. I'll give it another quick minute. Yeah, thank you so much for everyone for your lovely messages. It's really, really kind of you.
Thank you, Barking Mad. That's lovely.
Okay,
here we go.
Thank you to everyone that turned up and said hello, came and chatted.
Oh, thank you all. We're going to head off. Sending loads of love and yeah, see you in the comments section or out and about on the cut if you're a boater. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye. Now we have to do the really awkward. How do we stop it?
This one.